Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu 5. This is my first time out in public since I got diagnosed with COVID. Had to pick up some antidepressants. It's my normal medication, nothing's changed, but I ran out of it, and there was one particular pill. If I don't have it, I lose the ability to sleep. And that's what's been going on. I haven't slept in the past 2 days. I feel alert, but driving, it seems a little bit weird. Might be because I haven't driven in a while, but it seems like at times I'm going faster than I'm actually going, and sometimes it seems like I'm not going as fast as I'm going. But anyways, it might just be because I've been watching TV for a week now. And also during this time of non-sleeping, if you follow me on Facebook, not that I'm suggesting anything's interesting on my Facebook. I normally post things on vacations and stuff, so it's not a lot of YouTube related stuff on Facebook. But since I couldn't sleep, wide awake, could not sleep, I started looking up the evolution of, how it got started. I watched a video of a Old English speaker and an Old Norse speaker having a conversation. Apparently the languages are very similar, which makes sense. But anyways, after watching a little bit of that video, I came across a video about the evolution of the English language, and they basically had a phrase that they repeated every time there was a change in the English language, from pre-Germanic Britain to Anglo-Saxon Britain to Latin Britain, and stuff. It was weird when the Latin language was introduced, or the Latin influence was introduced. I could actually read some of the paragraph. In all, the English is indistinguishable from what we know as English. But as soon as the Latin was involved, because I have a background in Spanish, not fluent, but Spanish is a Romanic language, and comes from Latin. I was actually able to read some of it, which was weird. The Latin was easier for me to recognize than the English. I think the only English word that never changed was "and." Anyways, that got me watching a video about Icelandic language, and how Americans in the Marvel comic universe movies mispronounce Thor, Odin, Loki, and the big killer is I can't roll my R's, not even for Spanish, so I can't pronounce them for you either after hearing them. But there was this Icelandic girl, and she was teaching how they're pronounced in Icelandic, which is probably the closest way of knowing how to pronounce those mythological pagan deities. So I thought that was interesting, and I posted that on Facebook after the Old English video. Then I was on kind of a kick of Old English, Norse, Scandinavian, Nordic languages. I already knew this, but I posted the actual song Harmeling, and I know I'm mispronouncing that, but it's a Swedish folk song. And I first heard it from In Extremo, a German folk metal band. And it's funny, if you look up the song on YouTube, it's not uncommon for a lot of pagans to watch that music, or watch that music video, whoever's playing it, singing it, and they'll say stuff like "Praise Odin" or "Praise Thor" or "Hooray Pagans," and it's hilarious, because it's actually a Christian song. Now, it's not a praise song, but it's what it is. It's about a troll, and she wants to marry this nobleman, and he offers this nobleman you know, a fleet of horses that never been ridden, a gilded sword that will serve him in battle, and all these awesome gifts. And the nobleman at the end of the song says very bluntly, "If you're a Christian, I'd marry you, but you're of the devil." So it's hilarious that you have all these praise Odin, praise Thor, in this comment section. And it's actually a song that is anti-paganism, and I found that hilarious. And so I posted that on Facebook. Not only that, I decided to give a little brief history lesson on the English days of the week. Now, some of the days of the week are Latin in nature, as far as you know, Monday, Sunday, you know, stuff like that. I think those are Latin. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, well, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday are all pagan gods. Thursday, Woden, Odin's Day, Wednesday, Freya, Friday. So it's something that I thought was pretty interesting. And sometimes when Christians get too legalistic, I'll pull that out. It's like, hey, you think you live a pagan-free, you live a life free from pagan influence, don't you? And I haven't quite had this conversation, but I have talked about it. And you know, they'll be like, yeah, you know, nothing pagan. I was like, well, what day does or what day belongs to Thor, basically? So I kind of went on a weird thing on my Facebook, doing that kind of thing. Also did another post. It was a memory post where it says, every time I get discouraged while studying different languages, I remember that in English, you can be cool and you can be hot. And they're both good things, and you can be them both at the same time. You know, a lot of language things I was posting on Facebook. I got my taste back. I mean, not taste, but smell. I can smell my candle. I can smell my soaps and colognes. And tomorrow I'll be eligible to get tested again and see if I can go back to work. One of the new developments, though, is that my feet are cold. My toes. My toes have been really cold. Cold sweat on my toes, and I don't know what that's about. I don't have my air conditioning or my air conditioning on right now. That's why I'm sweating now. But at night, or pretty much all the time, my toes are cold, and when I cover them up, they sweat. Which I don't know what that's about, if it's poor circulation or just a lack of movement or what. But that's been kind of frustrating. Kind of don't know what that's about. And I did have one day where I had a slightly cool temperature. It was like 95 degrees point something. I filmed none of the videos I wanted to film. Filmed a video that really I thought was interesting. It's probably not too entertaining. I made a poll video talking about it. I found the concept hilarious, and it probably seems like a much more interesting video in my poll video, but when I'm talking about it in my actual video, it's a lot more serious because I'm trying to show how stupid the arguments are. But like, that's not a video I planned on doing. It's just that I had nothing to do. I'm cooped up at the house, and I guess I was just looking for a reason to complain. I don't know, but it is a very funny concept that they're trying to portray that doesn't actually make sense. It doesn't logically follow. I guess it does logically follow to them, but you know, the things that they're talking about that they're saying are stupid can be explained away very easily. I'm waiting for a rather expensive knife to come in the mail. Not super expensive, but it was a little bit more than what I was planning on spending, but it was you know, the nature of the company, it's kind of a limited release. And also, like I said, during this whole COVID thing, you know, me being diagnosed with COVID, it was a relatively pleasant experience as far as, you know, I just lost my sense of smell. I'm not coughing as much as I was, which is good. I'm gonna cough now for whatever reason. But I didn't really feel sick. You know, I was worried about spreading it to people in my family who have pre-existing conditions that probably wouldn't do as well. I was very concerned about that. And before I made my YouTube video, I contacted my close friends. Then I contacted Facebook, or I made a post on Facebook, and then I made the YouTube video. And the really cool thing is having that excuse to contact close friends privately, not just making a you know, blanket post on Facebook, gave me the opportunity to talk to people that I don't normally get to talk to, or that I haven't talked to in a while. You know, we'll occasionally post things on Facebook, we'll like it, and we'll be like, hey, you know, good job for you and your kid on baseball or whatever. But, you know, really, we don't have a lot of actual conversations. And those reasons behind that I'm not going to get into. I love them to death, but I don't want to be that guy that overstays his welcome. So I just try to say something. I try to talk to people when I really feel I have something to talk about. And sometimes I contact them regardless, just to check on them. But I'm not good at conversation. You know, I'm a relatively quiet person. I'm better at public speaking than interpersonal communication. You know, if I haven't seen you in a long time, I feel weird about contacting you. And if I talk to you on a real regular basis, it's a little bit easier. Doesn't mean that I lost the desire to talk to you, but it's like, hey, you got your life going on, and you know, I don't want to interfere in your life if I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about. But I do desire to talk to you. So it was really a blessing in disguise. First off, it allowed me to get the limited production knife that I would not be able to get if I had to go to work. It allowed me to talk to friends, people that I haven't talked to in a relatively long time. The only person that I really didn't talk to that much was my hairdresser. Now, I had a scheduled appointment to get my hair cut, and not going to be able to go to that. Or I can't even remember if the appointment passed or yet or not. But you know, like I said, she's female, she's married. I feel kind of weird just having private conversations with her online. So I just talk to her when I get my haircut. So I didn't really talk to her that much. It's been a relatively good experience, other than not being at work, not having something to do. I'm taking the long way home, by the way. You know, not having something to do, and not being able to leave the house in good conscience. You know, I guess I could have gotten my car and drove around a little bit, but that's gas. And if I'm going to leave the house, I want to go to a shopping center of some sort, go to a restaurant, and I didn't feel comfortable doing that. And I shouldn't do that if I'm sick. So just being hemmed up was not fun, but some cool things happened because of it, as far as getting to talk to friends that I don't normally get to talk to. And yeah, so that's about it. That's the video. It's 15 minutes long. It doesn't need to be any longer than that. And I'll try to think of an interesting video that you're like. I might upload that little rant video, but that's it. I'm Satsu5, and I'm out.